We have gone through three presentation. One from Hyderabad, Ma, and one from Bhopal and Mandla regarding Vatsal Plus, and the other from Ahmedabad, the E-Mamta presentation. After these three presentation, we will tell you what we are doing and what we wish to do. The current use of mobile phones for monitoring and tracking. We have Sampark Setu has been given to 77,000 health workers. A CUG SIM has been given right from the Principal Secretary to ASHA. It is being used for communication between all levels. MCTS information, daily MCTS information comes to us. All health program information that this program is being launched and this is the message and what we have to do. The information comes in a Hindi language so that ASHA can also go through it. All health program outbreak information. This is a new thing which has been designed this year with with the wish of our principal secretary. The all ASHA give us the call center OK report for outbreaks and disease information. And if there is a disease, she gives the information. Or if there is no disease or no outbreak, she gives a OK report to our Janni call center, and it has been linked with CUG's center. Janni call center is linked with COG's SIM so that the ASHA worker or any health worker can call Janni call center free of cost. Otherwise, Janni call center is paid call. She has to pay the call charges. Now, our Bhopal Municipal Corporation is using SMS to remind for vaccination to the birth registered children, and we are also in near future will incorporate same to our hospital delivered birth registered. Now about the key learning. Through these three presentation, we have learned that we can use our mobile applications for ANC and vaccination voice messages. Not only voice messages, through this presentation we came to know that voice messages along with SMS both should be used and can be sent for ANC checkup, for early registration. After MCTS registration, it can be incorporated for first ANC checkup, second ANC checkup, third and fourth. And for the use for Janni Express and 108 for transport of pregnant women, voice messages and SMS can be sent near a due date, that you can call 108 or a Janni Express. This is the Janni Express number. Before the due date, a week before the due date, these messages will be sent through the mobiles, sent to their registered mobile in MCTS. Vatsal Plus can be implemented for NRC. Vatsal Plus here is already in Bhopal implemented for NRC, but for this thing we will ensure it for control of malnutrition, for admission in NRCs and follow-up of NRC children. And GPS based tablet and mobile can be used to track health workers, their tour, and on not only on their tour, they can be tracked, they can be monitored for headquarter stay, GPS linked SIMs or mobile. Now, how can the learning be used to enhance current efforts? Vatsal Plus can be linked with MCTS so that the vaccination can also be linked. I mean, nowadays in Bhopal and Mandla, Vatsal program and Vatsal Plus program is linked for growth monitoring and malnutrition monitoring. But we will link it with MCTS so that the vaccination can also be linked. High risk pregnancy identified by MCTS can be counseled about about their risk factors through voice messages, like severe anemia. If the hemoglobin is below 7 grams, the messages will go to the nearest hospital for blood transfusion. If it is between 7 and 9, they will be given messages for iron sucrose. And if it is above 9, they will be given messages to take twice iron folic acid with after food. These voice messages will be given to them, and this identification will be done by MCTS only. CUG can be GPS enabled so that our health workers headquarters stay can be monitored. Counseling for health problems through toll-free call center number 104. This is being done in Bhopal. Nowadays it is run through by the help of AIMS. We are soon planning it to do it through our district hospital. This enhancement can be done. And thank you, sir.
नमस्कार. करंट यूज़ मोबाइल फ़ोन फॉर मॉनिटरिंग एंड ट्रैकिंग, जैसा कि हमने सुबह 3 प्रेजेंटेशन में देखा और डिस्कस किया, चाहे ई ममता हो, चाहे वात्सल्य हो, चाहे वात्सल्य प्लस हो, सभी में जो हमारा फोकस है, जो हमारा उद्देश्य है, ये कि सारे फील्ड फंक्शनरीज़ की ट्रैकिंग करें. जैसा कि CMHO साहब ने बोला, हम GPS बेस्ड मोबाइल सिस्टम से करें या एंड्रॉयड टैबलेट से करें, तो सारे फील्ड फंक्शनरीज़ का जो निर्धारित टूर है, जो उनका हेडक्वार्टर है, जो उनकी सर्विसेज का समय है, उस समय पर वो वहाँ पहुँचे या नहीं, एक बहुत बड़ा चैलेंज होता है. एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन का एक बहुत बड़ा पार्ट है, और ये जो सिस्टम है ये ऑटोमेटिकली उसको अपडेट कर देगा, और वो जो हमारे मैनिपुलेशन के चांसेस हैं वो 100% ख़त्म हो जाएंगे. दूसरा, ट्रैकिंग ऑफ बेनिफिशियरी, जिसके लिए हम सब काम करते हैं. WCD में मदर्स हैं, चिल्ड्रन हैं, एडोलसेंट्स हैं. अभी जो वात्सल है वो मदर्स और चिल्ड्रंस के लिए, और जो पेरेंट्स हैं बच्चों के, उनके लिए बना हुआ है. इसको आगे हम अपडेट भी कर सकते हैं. तो एक एक बच्चे को बर्थ से लेके 5 साल का होने तक क्या क्या सर्विसेज मिलनी चाहिए थी, सारी सर्विसेज उसमें अपलोड हैं, और उसका समय निश्चित है, उस समय पे वो सर्विस उसको मिलनी चाहिए. ये रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी सारी फील्ड फंक्शनरीज़ की है, जो सॉफ्टवेयर के माध्यम से उनको अवगत करा दी जाती है. ये सारी सर्विसेज उनको समय पे मिली है या नहीं मिली, उसकी ऑनलाइन रिपोर्ट्स SMS के माध्यम से, जो हमारा सॉफ्टवेयर है उसके माध्यम से हमें मिल जाती है. जैसे कि NRC एडमिशन जिस बच्चे का होना था, उसकी रिपोर्ट्स हमको NRC से मिल जाएगी. हमारे वर्कर की रिपोर्ट जो है वेरीफाई हो जाएगी कि वो बच्चा उस समय NRC में गया या नहीं गया. उसके 4 फॉलोअप ड्यू हैं. वो ड्यू डेट सॉफ्टवेयर हमको बताता है कि इस डेट में इस बच्चे का फॉलोअप होना था. उसका मैसेज सारे फंक्शनरीज़ को और बेनिफिशियरीज़ के साथ उसके पेरेंट्स को भी जाते हैं. अब हमारे मैसेज का क्या इम्पैक्ट हुआ, वो वहाँ पहुँचा या नहीं पहुँचा, उसका क्रॉस वेरिफिकेशन NRC रिपोर्ट से हो जाता है. ये कोई वन वे मैकेनिज्म नहीं है. जो हमने दिया वो उन तक पहुँचा या नहीं, उसका वेरिफिकेशन, उसका मॉनिटरिंग, इवोल्यूशन का पूरा प्रोसेस है. तो इस तरह से पूरी फील्ड फंक्शनरीज़ की जो अकाउंटेबिलिटी है, जो रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है, वो उन्हें पूरी की या नहीं की, उसका पूरा क्रॉस चेक ये एक सॉफ्टवेयर हमको प्रदान करता है. और इसी तरह से सारे जो मोबाइल बेस्ड और GPS बेस्ड ट्रैकिंग सिस्टम है, उसमें इस तरह की सुविधाएं हो सकती हैं. नेक्स्ट, की लर्निंग, मोबिलाइजेशन एंड ट्रैकिंग ऑफ फील्ड वर्कर थ्रू GPS. हम सारे लोगों से कांटेक्ट में होते हैं, हमारे डिवाइस के थ्रू, चाहे SMS के थ्रू. सारे जो हमारे बेनिफिशियरीज़ हैं उनको हम कम्युनिकेशन कर सकते हैं बहुत इजी वे में, और उसमें यूनिफॉर्मिटी होती है. और कोई चांसेस, जैसे मैंने आपको बताया कि जो सर्विस उसने दी या नहीं दी, अभी तक हम मैनुअली उसके रिपोर्ट पर डिपेंड करते थे कि उसने जो मैनुअली हमको रिपोर्ट दी है उसी पे हम रिलाई करते थे, और हमेशा उसमें डाउट, स्पेशली WCD और हेल्थ में ये बहुत ज़्यादा डाउटफुल रहता है कि ये रिपोर्ट कितने % सही है. हम कोई रिपोर्ट देते हैं, फिर उसके बाद NFHS का कोई डाटा आ जाता है या NIN का कोई डेटा आ जाता है, तो हमेशा उन्हीं के डाटा पे रिलाई किया जाता है और हमारे डाटा को हमेशा डाउटफुल माना जाता है. लेकिन ये जो सिस्टम है ये प्रूफ करेगा कि इसमें कोई गलती नहीं है और जो है वो ऑथेंटिक है. जैसे कि अभी आपको मिस्टर मनीष सेठ जो DPO मंडला है उन्होंने बताया, हमारे यहाँ तो इस तरह से कनेक्टिविटी की कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, लेकिन मंडला जैसे डिस्ट्रिक्ट में जहाँ कनेक्टिविटी की प्रॉब्लम है वहाँ उन्हें इस डेटा को सिंक्रोनाइज़ किया हुआ है गूगल के थ्रू. तो अगर कहीं वर्कर ऐसी जगह है, हमारा सुपरवाइज़र ऐसी फील्ड में है जहाँ पर आपका लाइन नहीं मिल रहा है, लेकिन तो वापस जब कनेक्टिविटी में आएगी तब भी हम उसको वेरीफाई कर पाएंगे कि जो डेटा जनरेट हुआ है वो उस सेंटर से या उस स्थान से हुआ है या नहीं जहाँ पर उसको जाना था। जो लर्निंग है उसके लिए जैसा कि अभी CMHO साहब ने कहा, हम एजुकेशन की बात करते हैं, हम समग्र की बात करते हैं, हर किसी का अपना अपना एक इंडिविजुअल सिस्टम चल रहा है ट्रैकिंग का, ऑनलाइन का, तो उसमें अननेसेसरी बहुत सारे पैसे भी वेस्ट हो रहे हैं, एनर्जी भी वेस्ट हो रही है और मैन पावर भी बहुत सारा लग रहा है। लेकिन जो आउटकम जिस तरह से आ सकते हैं अगर हम इन सबको इंटीग्रेट कर दें कन्वर्जेंस के थ्रू, तो हम ये चाहते हैं कि सारे, चाहे वो मदर चाइल्ड ट्रैकिंग सिस्टम हो, चाहे हमारा MIS हो, चाहे एजुकेशन का सिस्टम हो, चाहे समग्र का पोर्टल हो, सारी सर्विसेज एक ही बेनिफिशियरी को दी जा रही है और वो बच्चे से शुरू होती है और मदर तक पहुंचती है। तो वो सारे जो सॉफ्टवेयर हैं, सारे जो MIS सिस्टम है, उनको लिंक कर दिया जाए, उनको इंटीग्रेट कर दिया जाए और ये पॉलिसी स्टेट लेवल पे डिसाइड हो, ताकि इंडिविजुअल जो एफर्ट्स सभी डिपार्टमेंट को करने पड़ रहे हैं और जो मैन पावर यूज़ हो रहा है, जो डुप्लीकेसी हो रही है, वो कम हो जाए और हम बहुत कम समय में बहुत कम खर्च पे बहुत अच्छे रिजल्ट दे सकते हैं। यही लर्निंग थी। थैंक यू।
Okay, so this group was water sanitation group, and these were the tasks. Yeah, so these are some of the feedbacks from the team which was sitting here. What are the current usage of mobile phone in monitoring and tracking? So the feedback was they have used on a pilot basis across 100 schools for hand washing with soap and they are getting it reported through SMS. So that's one pilot they have done, but it has not been scaled up. Last 3 years, tracking of hand washing with soap on a global hand washing day, that also has been monitored through SMS, and also web-based analytics has been generated. Nirmal Bharat Abhiyan is being tracked, but it is only happening on the web, and the reason why they shared is that because how to go forward from there. So that's the reason why they have mentioned it. Entering data at Panchayat level of the construction of toilets, very comprehensive data they are already collecting, but this is not necessarily being collected through mobile. Capturing the beneficiaries of toilet users with photographs, this is of those who received subsidies from government. So that is also being tracked, but not through mobile. And the good thing is that through the photograph, that means there is a very good chance that mobile can be enabled. Drinking water sources as well as qualitative and quantitative data analysis with codes and geolocation, but again this is also web-based application, and this is up to the village or hamlet level. So all the water sources has been mapped, and since all the water sources have been coded, they are all automatically geolocation enabled. So this is again a huge area where mobile can play a role, and in fact just I get reminded there is a Android based app has been developed which gives you a choice to do the qualitative and quantitative analysis of the chemical check of water without any separate device, because they give you some litmus paper or something like that which you patch on the mobile and you take it away and do it, and that is linked with the data being sourced and get into the Android phone. Bangalore based organization has done it, so we will talk about it, but this is something that has been done where you don't need to just go and collect the water source and go to the lab and then test the water, but you can do on the spot. Watershed management has been taken care of, where Android based application is made and almost ready to track all water harvesting structure for monitoring and tracking its status. That is going to be launched in the next fortnight or something. That's what the department people are saying. So this is more in terms of how monitoring and tracking is being taken care of in the area of water and sanitation in the state. What are the key learnings? There are teams for water and sanitation tracking. They can be used or enabled with tracking tools for dissemination. So they're saying that there is a huge team that is already in the field can they be enabled with mobile, and they can be, they already do the tracking, but all they need is a mobile device and an application, and the same data can be enabled with the web-based database. Mobile can be used for toilet usage tracking and trend. Of course, this is an integration to the earlier work that they are doing through the web. Mobile can be used for tracking children as how they are washing their hands and track them about the changing habits and hand washing. So again, there also mobile can be used in this. This is especially in the schools. And there is one very strong suggestion that implementation at OEM level that should be implemented of tracking of first mapping what is desired, and then working with the OEM level that can that be enabled with the mobile device itself. So when the device is sold, many of the application can go with the device, and the players can play at that level rather than thinking at a Android level or a USSD level or something like that. For example, 300 million people are using Samsung. So Samsung as a device can do a lot of things which otherwise you may not need to do by developing an application. So that is one possibility that was suggested, that we need to work at a OEM level. Think what can be done at a device level itself to be enabled. Okay, so yeah, I'm just opening. Okay, and there was a suggestion that SD card level they want to play. That idea has been liked a lot, and they want to do this SD card level content pushing is very important from the Amma ji video. So that's very impressive. They want to do it in many ways. So in each field this can be implied. It's not really only in typical health or something, but in any other field. Voice messaging is something that they are learning that it can be utilized. And the last slide is how can the learning be used to enhance current efforts. Analysis of all web-based application being used at the moment and integrate the mobile component into them immediately. So they want to go further by having web-based application as a, let's say, back-end application, and can we have the mobile as a front-end application to integrate all the data from the field. So this is one thing that they truly want to take the next step. Use of SD card I have already told. Use of flash messages, because of overcoming the language issue and the local language issue, flash messaging can be very effective because it doesn't require any API on your machine. So you can really use the flash messaging. And very enthusiastically, a gentleman also made a structure how the Nirmal Bharat Abhiyan can be monitored. So this is the full flow chart which has been made. So for those developers who want to give the application, this is a flow chart of the application that they want is made right there on the desk. And in competition, the other colleague also made another one. So and one person says that I want to develop it and keep the copyright and sell it to the government itself. And this one is saying that, okay, let's see which one is better. Yeah, that's it.
The first issue is the current use of mobile phones for monitoring and tracking, but with reference to Madhya Pradesh, I will just brief certain points. We are transferring in school education department, state is transferring fund directly from the state to the school level. All the funds the school receives, there is school grant, teacher contingency and others, it is transferred from the headquarter to the school level. And information of transferring a fund is passed through SMS to the headmaster. The very important aspect of this use of mobile. It is very important because the fund transfer is on the account. So teacher comes to know after a week or so that fund has been transferred. But once he gets SMS, he immediately know that the fund has come and he can get the fund from the bank. Another this year, particularly this year, in the school, every year state organizes school chale hum abhiyan. It is just enrollment drive of the children. So this year a toll-free number has been published. It has been given, and any citizen or body interested in education sector can give a missed call, and immediately it is attended to. A message from the Chief Minister welcoming him for this initiative is transmitted to the SMS, and the person is given orientation and recommendation letter later on by the Chief Minister. A new initiative, but it is a district initiative. Third is the district initiative. Devas district is doing it. It is a smartphone based Android. In a smartphone, is Android based application is used for the circle. There is here called circle academic coordinator. So the circle coordinator actually visits the school, and it's whether the teachers are present there, attendance of the children, it is monitored, and it is immediately transferred to the through nearby places to the portal, education portal. So attendance of the children, attendance of the teacher, it is monitored. Even the leave application of the teacher is photograph of the leave application is taken and put on the portal itself. So the follow-up action for administrative action can be taken. There is one thing that GPS enabled school mapping system is there. GPS smartphone with GPS backup. Teacher goes to the school, CAC goes to the school, and it takes the photograph in 7-8 angles. So every portion of the school, angle of the school is mapped in the mobile itself. Similarly, as soon as it is clicked, the longitude and latitude of the place where the school is situated it is covered, and when it is loaded in the computer, we can map the distance of one school from the another school. So in the Right to Education Act, we have provision that at least every habitation have one primary school facility within a distance of 1 kilometer, middle school facility within a distance of 3 kilometer. So this can be very easily monitored where the schooling facility is. Another is the MP education portal. We have education portal. 90% the mobile phones of 90% teacher is captured in the portal. Any instruction, any development, it is transmitted to the MS to the teachers itself. See, suppose the school is opening on 16th, a day ahead of, or 2 days, 10 days ahead of the vacation, they will immediately get the message that the school is opening from tomorrow, and they will be in the school itself. The key learning from the three presentation we saw actually in eMamata we find that database helps to improve the functioning as can be easily monitor. System in place for analysis of the available data. Vatsalya effective analytical mechanism is in place and can be used for effective intervention, because this is a very important aspect what the Vatsalya has done. This malnourished children are identified from the field level and effectively monitored by putting it information on the portal. Vatsalya positive feature is data can be entered offline mode also. This how can the learning be used to enhance that is third aspect of the presentation is the eMamata Vatsalya applications for monitoring implementation scheme to the benefit. It is actually how the beneficiary is benefited by the scheme. It is monitored through these applications, and this is what we should also do. We can do content of message and language, as we saw in case of the eMamata, we saw content of message and language use is important for communication. As the target group at different regions have different dialects. So this is very important. When we are communicating through the mobile, we must be alert on the issue of language and the content of the message. In school education sector, these children issues like the dropout, irregular attendance in classes, it can be monitored well by using the mobile technology. Thank you.
Yes, so we're going to keep it very short for the purpose of brevity. So what we learned from this is the currently mobile phones for monitoring and tracking in the field of health are being used for antenatal care, immunization and postnatal care to see whether children are coming back, mothers are coming back for antenatal infancy care. Vatsala has gone one step forward, using it to track malnutrition. But one intervention we wanted to speak about where high risk factors of all kinds are being tracked. Mother and child high risk factor. I mean, so you can when you have it's important not just to track whether mothers and children come back for visits. It's also important to know whether women and children with high risk factors are getting the treatment they need, because those are things that lead to mortality. So what you need to do is that when you have ANMs, the ANMs can be given mobile phones, which actually take them through the whole process of the care they have to give, which actually takes them through the questions to be asked, so that they ask the particular questions, the investigations to be done. At the end of it, they can be given suggestions of what has to be done, and that can go through GPRS to the back end, where it can be tracked whether the mothers who have been referred have come back. So that's one point that we wanted to add, that the current use spoken about is here. One use not spoken about is of high risk factor tracking. So the key learnings is we're going to speak at a very macro level. So we're going to go beyond what the projects spoke about, and we're going to say the key learnings we felt was that, yes, I spoke about the high risk factor tracking. Second thing is phone numbers. We all depend on mobile phones, but remember the women change their phone numbers. So you need to have tracking of the phone numbers and create a validated database, because you will find that half the women who have enrolled don't really have those phone numbers. So also when they change the phone numbers, you can actually have a call center with a missed call facility, so they can call you back and say that the phone number has changed. One key learning from, that's not been covered. Second thing is that you could actually, important that when you keep adding, you're talking about apps, mobile, apps for ASHA workers, ANMs, etc. But we're not really focusing on whether we're building their basic capacity. So you are talking about giving them an app to monitor blood pressure, but you have enough ANMs who don't even know how to do basic blood pressure. So you really need to combine, application of mHealth with actually teaching the service which they're supposed to track with the mHealth. Extremely important point. Third thing is outcomes have to be measured, because you're talking about mHealth. If you're not going to measure the outcomes of the mHealth initiatives and how it fits into the larger picture, is it really leading to mortality, morbidity reduction, you can really not say it's worked, because it can work in small pilots, may not work in expanded zones. One point not included here, however, is that, again, we all spoken of small pilots. We're not talking of scale. You need to realize that not every small initiative can be scaled up, so high intense supervision, the projects which require supervision don't get really scaled up that easily. Last point that was spoken about is that build apps which help the work of the ASHA workers and the ANMs. Do not add on to it. Create platforms which help them do their work better. So we end with that, because we were speaking on health. So we felt that these are the key learnings which you can actually apply. The third point was, what are the learnings you can apply to a thematic area? These are the key learnings which we would like to apply to a thematic area. Thank you so much.